Within Secrets of Metaphysics lies timeless knowledge. Frequency is stronger than force, and alignment dissolves struggle. As you listen, you'll uncover how the invisible design of life responds to every state of your being. This isn't abstract philosophy, it's the key to mastering reality itself. Introduction. From the depths of forgotten ages comes an eternal truth. Everything you see is woven from your unseen connection with the infinite. Thought, emotion, and belief form a sacred triad, the quiet architects of destiny that have shaped worlds and civilizations. True mastery isn't about controlling these forces, but living in harmony with them. Just as a river flows by surrendering to its path, your power unfolds through alignment. When you realize that frequency surpasses force, that stillness can move mountains, and that clarity opens locked gates, you enter the current of effortless creation. Here, metaphysics stops being an idea and becomes a living science of consciousness. Each principle in this book is a key unlocking the ancient power already within you. These teachings aren't new, they're echoes of wisdom your soul has always known. The journey unfolds in three rhythms: awakening, crafting, and mastery. In awakening, you remember your oneness with infinite intelligence. In crafting, you learn to shape reality through clarity, focus, and intent. In mastery, you dissolve the line between creator and creation until every thought carries creative power. This isn't just attraction, it's union with the universal field that always says yes to your vibration. Before you continue, affirm to the universe, I am ready. Part 1. The Awakening Field. Chapter 1. The Invisible Design of Life. In a quiet village, Clara carried water from the well each morning. Though her steps were steady, her heart was tired from striving, believing effort alone would bring her peace. One morning, as sunlight touched her water, she noticed the surface was perfectly still, reflecting the sky. In that stillness, she understood. Truth reveals itself not through motion, but through calm. Your consciousness works the same way. Every experience mirrors what lives inside you. This isn't metaphor, but metaphysics, the unseen shaping the seen. When you realize that your state of being comes before doing, struggle fades. Your thoughts, charged with emotion, impress themselves on the energy around you. That energy, intelligent and responsive, arranges events to match your inner pattern. Clyde, a merchant who once pushed endlessly, found transformation only when he let go of control. The sun didn't strain to set. The flowers didn't force their bloom. In that surrender, everything began to flow. Within days, opportunities appeared where doors were been closed. Nothing in his actions changed, only his inner state did. Life responds not to effort first, but to energy. Align your inner world, and your outer one will follow. Tonight's practice. Sit quietly and focus on the soft light behind your sternum. With 8 slow breaths, imagine this light pulsing outward, carrying the feeling of what you want. Rest in the knowing that this inner harmony is the only blueprint the universe needs. Chapter 2. The Mirror of Mind. In another village, Nora believed the world controlled her emotions. Storms made her sad, arguments made her anxious, and bad news filled her with fear. Like many, she thought life circumstances had the final say. But the universe, she discovered, is a mirror reflecting what we project. Your attention paints reality with the colors of your consciousness. What you see is your energy made visible. Douglas, a merchant trapped in worry, spent years expecting problems, and the universe faithfully delivered them. Then, one morning, he chose gratitude instead. He noticed the sunrise, thanked his suppliers, celebrated small victories, and soon his reality shifted. His customers grew kinder, opportunities easier. The mirror had changed because he had changed. Every event reflects your inner state. Misfortune is just a message showing you where to grow. The power lies not in controlling life, but in understanding you create it. Practice. Stand before a mirror at dusk. Look into your eyes and say, softly, "The world shows me what I believe." Feel that truth. Let self-acceptance turn your reflection into an ally. Chapter 3. Feeling as Frequency. In an old marketplace, a weaver named Tilda made beautiful tapestries but doubted her worth. Though her mind dreamed of success, her heart whispered lack, and her creations stayed unsold. Your feelings, she learned, turn thoughts into the language the universe hears. Milton, a musician, discovered this too. His dreams were grand, but fear muted his signal. When he began playing for pure joy, opportunities unfolded naturally. Emotion is the steering wheel of creation. It guides your thoughts' energy. Your thoughts are seeds, your emotions the soil. A brilliant idea planted in doubt cannot grow, but a simple one nourished by joy will flourish. The universe listens not to your words, but to your emotional tone. Morning practice. Before speaking, sit in silence and let gratitude bloom naturally. Feel it hum in your chest. That vibration is your clearest broadcast to the universe. Chapter 4. The Power of Assumption. Delia owned a small bookshop and began each day expecting disappointment, and the universe obeyed. When she learned that assumption shapes reality, she changed her inner script. She imagined busy aisles, friendly customers, and the sound of her register ringing. Within weeks, her store came alive. Your assumptions are seeds of faith. Nurture them with consistency and feeling until they manifest. Don't wait for evidence before believing. Belief creates the evidence. Night practice. Before sleep, imagine your goal already achieved. Feel the calm of completion. Let that be your final thought as you drift to sleep. Chapter 5. The Art of Allowing. B, a gifted artist, pushed herself to exhaustion trying to force success. Only when she surrendered did things begin to flow. The universe doesn't reward struggle, it moves through ease and openness. Lenny, a businessman, learned the same. When he stopped fighting deadlines and trusted in divine timing, opportunities appeared at just the right moments. Letting go activates receiving. What's meant for you can't miss you. What misses you wasn't meant for you. Practice. Sit by an open window, breathe deeply, and whisper, "I receive what's ready to arrive." Let the breeze remind you, what's yours comes with the same ease as your next breath.
Chapter 6. Belief as Bridge. Hattie sold gemstones in an ancient market. She noticed those who believed they'd find the right stone always did, while those who doubted never did. Reality, she saw, doesn't judge, it reflects. Your beliefs are blueprints for life. Hold them with conviction, and the universe will mirror them exactly. Belief isn't passive, it's an active, creative force shaping existence itself. Dean, a humble craftsman, proved this when he transformed his workshop from scarcity to abundance through belief alone. For years, Dean carried doubt like a heavy toolbox, always noticing limits and obstacles. But once he embraced these ancient principles, everything changed. Instead of feeding thoughts of lack, he cultivated a steady belief in his success. The moment he shifted his inner dialogue, life responded. A chance meeting led to an unexpected commission. A former client recommended his work to an influential collector. Solutions appeared right when he needed them, as if guided by an invisible hand. These weren't coincidences. They were the natural results of his transformed beliefs. The law of creation works with precise consistency. What you believe with full conviction must take physical form. This isn't wishful thinking, it's how reality operates. Your beliefs act as filters, shaping which of the universe's infinite possibilities become your lived experience. When uncertainty or fear arise, place your hand over your heart and feel its steady rhythm. Then say quietly, "I believe more in possibility than in fear." Let those words anchor you. This simple act aligns your energy with the creative forces shaping existence. As your belief stabilizes, you'll see your world begin to mirror that inner certainty. Chapter 7. Resistance and Release. In a busy market, Penny stood at her small stall, her shoulders tight as she watched customers walk past. Every day she fought against slow sales, against luck, against her own frustration. But the more she resisted, the more stuck her situation became. When you battle what is, you give it power through your attention. What you resist persists because resistance itself is a form of focus, and focus fuels creation. True power lies not in opposing what you dislike, but in turning your energy toward what you want. Water doesn't fight obstacles, it flows around them and still reaches the sea. That's the art of non-resistance, an ancient practice of harmony. Walter, a traveling merchant, learned this truth firsthand. He spent years resenting the slow seasons of his trade until a wise woman taught him to trust life's natural rhythm. He began to welcome the quiet months as time for rest and reflection. Instead of hoarding, he shared freely, trusting that abundance would return. Soon, opportunities came easily. Partnerships flourished. The same cycles he once cursed became his allies. When you stop fighting what is, you free your energy to create what can be. Practice the sacred surrender. When tension rises, pause. Place your hand over your heart and breathe deeply. Say softly, "I bless what is to free what can be." Feel how those words dissolve struggle and open space for peace. True strength lies not in control, but in alignment with life's flow. Chapter 8. The Language of Intention. In a quiet garden, Sarah sat in meditation, tangled in her desires. She had spoken her intentions to the universe for years, choosing her words with care, yet her dreams never quite materialized. One morning, clarity arrived like sunlight through leaves. The universe doesn't respond to words, it responds to energy. It listens to the frequency of your being, not the language of your voice. The power lies in your feeling, not your phrasing. Each desire must be distilled to its essence, stripped of anxiety and need. Like a seed that holds the entire plan of a flower, your intention contains everything required for its blooming. The flower never worries about how or when it will unfold. It simply allows. To manifest effectively, feel the truth of your desire's essence. Don't cling to the outer details. Let your emotion breathe life into the feeling of fulfillment, then release it. Marvin learned this during a time of financial stress. At first, his mind fixated on numbers and deadlines. But one evening, he let go and tuned into the feeling behind his wish. The peace of abundance, the joy of generosity, the relief of having enough. Within weeks, new opportunities appeared. A forgotten investment matured. A new partnership formed. His situation transformed because his energy shifted from worry to trust. Practice the sacred surrender. At sunset, write your desire in the present tense on a clean sheet of paper, feeling every word is already true. Read it out loud once with certainty, then either burn it and watch the smoke rise, or fold it and place it somewhere meaningful. This act declares your trust in divine timing. You've planted the seed, now let it grow. The universe responds not to repetition, but to the clarity of your energy. Speak once with purity, then release it with confidence. Your role is not to control how it happens, but to hold steady in the feeling that it already has. Chapter 10. Momentum of Gratitude. In a small hilltop village, a woman named Irene woke each morning counting her troubles and went to bed listing her disappointments. Life felt heavy and colorless. One morning, Sunlight streamed through her window as she watched a bird building its nest. Something stirred. She whispered, "Thank you for this moment." The words felt strange but right. That evening, she wrote down 3 small joys: the bird's persistence, the warmth of the sun, the taste of fresh bread. As her gratitude grew, her world began to brighten. Her circumstances didn't change, but her perception did, and the universe reflected that shift. Gratitude isn't just a feeling, it's a creative force. Whatever you appreciate expands. When you focus on joy, you become magnetic to more of it. Calvin, a merchant, once faced endless setbacks. Instead of complaining, he began to see each difficulty as a hidden blessing. He'd say, "This will teach me something valuable," even during hardship. His gratitude transformed his fortune. Opportunities he once missed began finding him. Gratitude isn't a reaction to abundance, it's the foundation of it. Thanking the universe in advance for what you desire is the purest act of faith. Even small moments of sincere appreciation send ripples that reshape your world. Nightly practice. Before sleep, whisper 3 thank yous, not for what has been, but for what's on its way. Thank the universe for the doors about to open, for blessings already forming. Feel fullness rise within you. Gratitude is the magnet that draws tomorrow's gifts into today's experience. Chapter 10. The Law of Correspondence. In an old market, Ruth watched others succeed while her own stall remained still. One morning, as she arranged her goods, a quiet realization came. Every outer condition mirrors an inner one. The universe reflects us perfectly, like a mirror that cannot distort its image. Your outer world is a living echo of your inner state. When you express true gratitude, you activate a universal law as exact as gravity. It multiplies whatever you focus on. Elmer, a struggling farmer, learned this lesson when an old woman told him, "Your thoughts seed your fields as surely as any grain." Taking her words to heart, he began to thank his land each morning. "Thank you for your abundance," he'd say, touching the soil with care. Within a single season, his crops flourished beyond measure. Gratitude had transformed his reality. What you appreciate appreciates. This truth calls you to start with thankfulness for what already exists. Each sincere thank you plants a seed in the field of infinite possibility. Practice. At the end of the day, think of your biggest challenge and the thoughts that came before it. Then, like tuning an instrument, adjust your mindset until it hums with appreciation. The universe must reflect the frequency you hold.
Chapter 11. Thought as Substance. In a quiet village, Faye spent her days at the loom, weaving both fabric and possibility. She noticed that the visions she held in her mind seemed to take shape in her life, as if her thoughts were blueprints for reality. Your thoughts are not fleeting ideas, they are concentrated energy. Each consistent thought becomes a seed in the soil of infinite potential. Like an architect's design precedes a building, your consciousness sketches the outlines of your future. Because the outer world only reflects the inner one, wise creators guard their thoughts like treasures. Herb, a merchant whose business had grown chaotic, realized his cluttered stall reflected his scattered mind. With intention, he began to bring order to both. He visualized harmony and prosperity as clearly as he arranged his wares. Day by day, his inner clarity strengthened, and soon his external world followed, first subtly, then unmistakably. Customers who once hurried past now paused, drawn by a quiet sense of order. His transactions began to flow easily. His supplies arrived on time, and his reputation for reliability spread through the marketplace. This lesson goes beyond simple positive thinking. It reveals the core structure of reality itself. Form follows thought with mathematical precision. Your consciousness is the mold that universal energy fills. The goal isn't to force change, but to maintain steady, focused patterns of thought until the world naturally mirrors them. Practice. Each morning, before the world wakes, sit in silence for 5 minutes. Picture pure light descending from above, gathering your thoughts like golden threads and weaving them into reality. Offer gratitude for the process itself, knowing that appreciation before results appear forms the bridge between thought and form. This isn't mere visualization, it's conscious partnership with the creative force that shapes worlds. Over time, you'll watch your inner patterns become outer experience, proving that what you hold in mind must eventually take shape. Chapter 12. Emotion as Compass. In an ancient town, Ada tended her garden every morning, observing how plants responded to even subtle care. She realized her emotions worked the same way, not as disruptions to overcome, but as intelligent messengers carrying essential guidance. The universe speaks through feeling. Each emotion acts as an internal compass, pointing you toward or away from alignment with your highest path. Joy reveals resonance with truth. Anxiety can hide the spark of unexplored potential. Even anger may point to where a boundary needs strengthening or action needs to be taken. These emotions are not random. They are tools as precise as any scientific instrument. When you interpret rather than judge them, your emotions become trusted allies in creation. Bert, a merchant whose business had grown chaotic, realized his cluttered stall reflected his scattered mind. With intention, he began to bring order to both. He visualized harmony and prosperity as clearly as he arranged his wares. Day by day, his inner clarity strengthened, and soon his external world followed, first subtly, then unmistakably. Customers who once hurried past now paused, drawn by a quiet sense of order. His transactions began to flow easily. His supplies arrived on time, and his reputation for reliability spread through the marketplace. This lesson goes beyond simple positive thinking. It reveals the core structure of reality itself. Form follows thought with mathematical precision. Your consciousness is the mold that universal energy fills. The goal isn't to force change, but to maintain steady, focused patterns of thought until the world naturally mirrors them. Practice. Find a quiet space and close your eyes. Notice the strongest feeling in your body: tightness in your shoulders, warmth in your chest, heaviness in your stomach. Rest your attention there and ask gently, "What are you trying to tell me?" Wait in silence for the answer. Listen not with your mind, but your whole being. Honor whatever arises. Your emotions are guides leading you toward alignment with your true self. Chapter 13. The Power of Now. In a lively marketplace, Maggie spent her days lost in endless calculations of what might come next. Her mind ran ahead, rehearsing outcomes while real moments slipped away. Each morning brought fresh worries. Each night ended in exhaustion over things that hadn't even happened yet. Your creative power lives only in the present. The past is memory. The future is imagination. The sacred intersection where thought becomes form exists only now. When you scatter your energy across imagined timelines,
you weaken the very force that manifests your world. The universe doesn't respond to what you'll feel tomorrow. It responds to your vibration in this breath. Each moment contains all the power you need. Your task is not to chase the future, but to inhabit the present, where potential begins. Like a river, water doesn't rush ahead or hesitate. It moves with perfect presence, adjusting moment by moment. The same is true for you. Lionel, a shepherd in the hills, learned this through necessity. His flock demanded constant awareness, watching the weather, the terrain, the immediate now. As he anchored himself in the present, life began to align effortlessly. Buyers appeared at the right time. The weather favored his work. Solutions came naturally, not through planning, but through presence. He had discovered synchronicity, the effortless coordination of events that happens when you fully engage with the moment. When you release the habit of mental time travel, you open to infinite potential that exists only now. Presence isn't passive, it's active partnership with creation itself. Practice. Feel your feet on the ground. Look around and name 5 details: the play of light, the texture beneath your hands, a sound in the distance. Take one deep breath and let this instant become your entire world. In this space of full awareness, creation begins. Chapter 14. From Hope to Knowing. Evelyn tended her garden faithfully, watering and waiting, yet nothing grew. One morning, an old woman watched her fret and said, "You plant with your hands, but doubt with your heart. The seeds feel your uncertainty. The universe responds not to what you wish for, but to what you know." Hope, though gentle, is a form of doubt. When you hope, you allow the possibility of absence. When you know, you align with fulfillment. Your thoughts and feelings form an energetic signature that reality mirrors exactly. Hope creates waiting. Certainty creates having. This isn't about positive thinking, it's about embodying completion before you see results. The bridge between wanting and having is built from the conviction of it is. When you know something for sure, like your next breath or the sunrise, you don't wish for it, you live in the certainty of it. Apply that same knowing to your desires. Ned, a businessman, once hoped clients would appear. He checked his phone constantly and worried about failure. His breakthrough came when he shifted from hoping to knowing. He spoke as if success were already real, planned his days as though his business were thriving, and trusted that his results would catch up. Within weeks, they did. The universe hadn't changed. His energy had. Certainty carries more creative weight than hope ever can. Your knowing becomes the mold that universal energy fills. Practice. Sit quietly and think of something you've been hoping for. Feel that fragile energy of wanting. Now shift into knowing with the same calm confidence you feel about sunrise. Each time you catch yourself wishing, replace it with, "It is done." Move through your day as if it already exists. The energy of completion draws your reality into form. Chapter 15. Signs and Synchronicity. Mag sat at her textile stall counting coins when she noticed the time, 11:11. She smiled, recalling she'd seen the same numbers earlier on a receipt and again on a delivery slip. As days passed, these patterns kept appearing on clocks, signs, papers. She began to sense a deeper order beneath coincidences. The universe speaks through patterns. Synchronicities are bridges between the visible and the invisible, guiding those who pay attention. Reality ripples with meaning, and each coincidence confirms your alignment with universal flow.
Otto, a skeptical merchant, began noticing butterflies each time he faced big decisions. One day, as he hesitated over a business choice, a monarch butterfly landed on his ledger. He chose to trust the sign, and that decision led to a partnership that changed his life. The point is not to force meaning, but to stay open. When you walk your true path, life responds with signs, sometimes subtle, sometimes striking. A song that answers your question, a page that falls open to the exact words you need, a chance meeting that shifts your direction. These are not random. They are conversations with the universe. Practice. Pause and ask, show me a sign that I'm on the right path. Then let go. Move through your day with gentle awareness. Notice patterns, numbers, symbols, or moments that catch your attention. The answer will come in a way your soul recognizes. Chapter 16. The Unified Field. Along a winding mountain trail, Lillian carried 2 water vessels. With every step, she shifted her weight, spilling drops along the path. Her divided focus made the journey harder than it needed to be. The same thing happens within you when thought, emotion, and action pull in different directions. The universe responds not to what you say you want, but to the full vibration you project. When thought, feeling, and action align, they form a unified field that creation must answer. Earl, a merchant, dreamed of prosperity yet feared scarcity. Each morning he affirmed abundance, but his cautious habits told a different story. Nothing changed until he brought his thoughts, emotions, and actions into harmony. When he began to think prosperity, feel abundance, and act generously, his outer world transformed to match his inner coherence. Imagine finishing an electric circuit. Click, and suddenly the power just flows. That's what happened when he got his intention locked in. One clear signal. Doors opened, people clicked, money showed up. Not because he pushed, but because he lined up. Picture an orchestra nailing every note. Your thoughts are the melody, your feelings the harmony, your moves the beat. The whole universe has to groove with that tune. Look, it's not about being perfect 24/7. It's about the vibe you live in most of the time. The quantum playground only hears clarity. Send it, I want millions but I'm broke, and you short-circuit the whole thing. Want health but obsess over sickness? Same mess. Love but keep the walls up? You're canceling your own order. Coherence is laser focus. Stop spraying your energy like a cheap flashlight. Tighten it into one bright beam. That beam pulls in exactly what matches it. Old school trick, still works. Try this. Find a quiet corner, feet flat on the floor. One hand on your heart, the other open in front of you. Say out loud, steady and sure, I have everything I need. Feel it land in your chest. Notice your breath slow, shoulders drop, mind goes still. That calm? That's your GPS saying you're on track. Hang out in that feeling. It's your factory setting.
Chapter 17. Words Pack a Punch. Down in a little valley where echoes hung around forever, Gladys griped at her garden every morning. This soil's useless. Plants shrank like they'd been scolded. Weeks of tiny harvests. Then one sunrise, watching dew sparkle, it hit her. She started sweet-talking the tomatoes like they were kids. Days later, boom, new shoots everywhere, like the dirt itself woke up happier. Your words aren't just noise, they're instructions to the field. Every syllable rearranges energy. Doubt-laced, I'm rich, is weaker than a plain, I've got this, said like you mean it. That's why robotic affirmations flop and heart-spoken ones land. Milton ran a business that felt like quicksand. He'd moan, another brutal day. Guess what showed up? More brutal days. One morning he flipped the script, started thanking the chaos for the hidden lessons, greeting clients like old friends. Weeks in, same tasks, same people, totally different flavor. He didn't change the world, he changed the soundtrack. Words are the mold where thought turns solid. Harsh ones build walls. Kind ones build highways. Tonight, grab 3 lines, say them slow, feel them vibrate. I'm in perfect sync with life's flow. Every situation works for my highest good. I speak my world into beautiful being. Let the words buzz through you like bass. That lift in your chest, that's creation live. Chapter 18. Letting the good stuff in. In the old merchant quarter, Hazel counted pennies while silk-robed traders strolled past. Why them became her nightly cage. Universe doesn't play favorites, it just mirrors what you believe deep down. Abundance is math. Declare I'm worthy, watch the numbers line up. Think of water. It fills whatever cup you hand it. Your job is to hand it a bigger cup. Gratitude and expectation tune your dial to the wealth station. Victor, the woodworker, used to see that richer shops. One day he tried blessing them instead. May your success explode. Felt weird, then felt good. Orders rolled in, cash flowed, no extra hustle. He'd cleared the pipe. Prosperity isn't pie, it's candles. Light one, the room gets brighter. Nobody loses flame. Next time you spot a fancy car or fat wallet, whisper, I bless and am blessed by all prosperity. Feel the shift from clenched to open. Tonight, look around, bless whatever shines, and mean it. That's you unlocking your own vault. Chapter 20. Time on a Leash. Ruby raced the market clock every day, lungs burning. Time felt like a bully. Truth is, time stretches or shrinks with your headspace. Panic, hours vanish. Presence, minutes linger like honey. Clyde had deadlines stacked like bricks. One morning he quit wrestling the clock, just breathed and started. Tasks slid into place like puzzle pieces. Same 24 hours, twice the output, half the sweat. Before any job, pause. Say, I have all the time I need. Feel your body buy it. Shoulders drop, breath widens. Then move. Watch time bow. Chapter 20. The Art of Letting Go. Violet gripped her failing shop plans like a lifeline. Tighter grip, faster slip. Real power isn't muscle, it's flow. Water doesn't punch the boulder, it carves the canyon. Henry's big painting gig was tanking. Instead of forcing the old sketch, he loosened up, listened. New ideas poured in, the final piece blew minds. Surrender handed him a better brush. Tonight, exhale every what if. Whisper, thy pattern is perfect, and I rest in it. Sleep easy, the choreography's handled. Part 3. Unstoppable Flow. Chapter 21. Daily Devotion. Florence manifested like breathing. Candle, sunrise, quiet chat with the infinite. 1 week she skipped, everything fizzled. Lesson, scatter focus, scatter results. Sun through a lens ignites. Sun through fingers just warms. Norman picked one move, gratitude at dawn, and stuck to it. Months later, his whole life hummed in a new key. No fireworks, just drip, drip consistency carving the groove. Pick one soul snack, meditation, gratitude, blessing, and do it same time, 7 days straight. Watch faith harden into bone-deep knowing. Chapter 22. Seeing before seeing. Agnes stared into pre-dawn dark and still saw her garden. Paths, petals, all there before sunrise. Faith isn't hoping, it's night vision for the soul. Felix treated invisible goals like done deals. Thanked the money not in hand, greeted clients not yet met. Weeks later, poof, they walked in. He'd tuned to the station already playing his song. Hold the picture steady. The universe can't help but print it. Not maybe, just when. That's the contract. Old school move? Pick one thing your heart really wants. Find a quiet spot, close your eyes, and whisper,
I've already got this in the unseen. Then just chill in that knowing. Carry it with you all day like a secret handshake with reality. Watch the world start rearranging itself to match.
Chapter 23. Your Imagination is the Workshop. In a sleepy village, Elsie daydreamed tapestries so vivid people rolled their eyes. Turns out she was onto something. Imagination isn't escape. It's the drafting table where tomorrow gets sketched. Close your eyes and build the scene. Colors, smells, the works. And you're not daydreaming. You're handing the universe blueprints. Grant had a job that looked impossible. Instead of stressing, he spent evenings mentally rehearsing every cut, every nail, feeling the win. Weeks later, his hands moved like they'd done it 1,000 times. Clear picture plus feeling equals magnet. Sacred move. At sunset, pick one desire, build it in HD, see it, touch it, taste it, until your chest buzzes with joy. Then exhale and let it go. Trust the invisible crew to handle delivery. Chapter 24. Acceptance turns lead into gold. Myrtle lugged a backpack full of judgments. Hers, theirs, didn't matter. Each critique added weight. One frosty morning, she watched the sun melt ice into sparkling water and thought, maybe acceptance melts the junk resistance freezes. Boom! Insight. What you fight stays. What you bless shifts. Leon used to cringe at old mistakes. Then he sent compassion to his younger self. Poof! Those same screw-ups turned into the exact wisdom he now teaches from. Wounds once hugged become wells. Tonight, pick one regret. Cradle it like it's a scared kid. Breathe love into it. Watch the sting soften and the lesson glow. Chapter 25. Forgiveness is your get-out-of-jail-free card. Ivy woke up every day replaying betrayals like a bad movie. Resentment tinted everything gray. Truth. Energy follows attention. Hold the grudge, feed the loop. Forgiveness isn't saying, cool story. It's cutting the cord so your power stops leaking into yesterday. Ralph the carpenter clenched anger like a tool until he noticed clenched hands can't carve smooth. He let go. Wood flowed, inspiration flowed, money flowed. Practice. Picture the hurt as a rock in your palms. Golden light surrounds you. Hand it over, whisper, I reclaim my juice. Feel the lift as the weight dissolves. Chapter 26. Energy Spring Cleaning. Pearl had success but felt like a dead battery. She hadn't learned to guard her field. Your aura's a garden. Let weeds in, flowers starve. Owen the teacher gave so much he ran dry. Then he started noticing what drained versus charged. Nature? Charge. Gossip? Drain. Boundaries up, clarity up, impact up, without doing more. Practice. Sit tall. Breathe in gold, breathe out smoke. Keep going until you feel brand new. That's you restocking the tank. Chapter 27. We're all the same kid in different Halloween costumes. Daisy fought the market like it was enemy territory. One sunbeam later, she saw every face as a mirror. Same fears, same dreams. Separation? Optical illusion. Harold met a jerk, chose empathy, watched walls vanish and doors swing open. Judge someone, you judge you. Love someone, you love you louder. All day, silently greet people with, you're another me. Watch strangers turn into family and synchronicity crank to 11. Chapter 28. Purpose is the river you're already swimming in. Lahi temple-hopped collecting destinations like Pokemon cards until the weight crushed her. Purpose isn't a finish line, it's the current under your feet. Notice what makes hours vanish. That's the breadcrumb trail. Gordon ditched art for practical and felt hollow. One brushstroke later, time melted. Joy led him to paint and wake creativity in others. Purpose isn't a job, it's how life loves to move through you. Today, clock what lights you up. No overthinking, just notice where ease lives. That's purpose whispering this way. Chapter 29. You're the spark, not the audience. Maud begged the world for permission until she realized the mic was already in her hand. Stanley thanked the universe for stuff that hadn't shown up yet. Gratitude became the magnet. You're not nudging reality, reality grows from you. Every morning, stand tall and say, I cause my day with my vibe.
Feel it land like warm coffee, not a pep talk. Chapter 30. Unstoppable equals calm in the eye. Belle watched a storm roll in and just sat. Lightning flashed, zero fear. She got it. Strength isn't pushing the storm. It's stillness inside it. Ernest faced chaos with still joy. Same smile for wins and wipeouts. Problems melted without a fight. Setbacks became wake-up calls. Night ritual. Hand on heart. Breathe gratitude. Declare, I'm the calm power designing tomorrow. Drift off knowing even your dreams are on the clock. Conclusion. These aren't rules anymore. They're your native language. The power you chased in books and stars? It's the beat in your chest. Every clear thought, every grateful sigh, every loving choice paints the next scene. The field only ever says yes. Keep choosing luminous, deliberate, playful, and watch reality keep the dance card full. You were the unstoppable force all along. As the final pulse of universal light settles into your awakened heart, remember, you are no longer seeking the secret. You are the secret. The living field where thought becomes form and stillness commands galaxies. Carry this knowing into every breath, every choice, every dawn.
Please help our channel grow and spread the message by like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Drop a comment below with the desire you now know is already yours. We'll weave it into the next transmission. Thank you for watching.